Camel, the ship of the desert. The camel is a large, hoofed animal found mostly in Africa and Asia. Thought to have been domesticated by native people more than 5,000 years ago, these hardy animals are not just used for transporting both people and goods, but also provide a good source of milk, meat, and wool. The total population of camels on this earth is around 28 million, and the largest camel population is in Somalia. There are two species of camels. One-humped camels, or dromedaries, are camels of the plains and account for about 90% of the total camel population. Others are two-humped Bactrian camels and are the camels of the mountains. They are native to the Gobi Desert in China and the Bactrian steppes of Mongolia. A small population of double-humped camels exists in Nubra Valley of Ladakh in India. The dromedary population in India is confined to Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Haryana, and the common breeds are Bikaneri, Jaisalmeri, Kachi, and Marwari. Camel anatomy and appearance. A fully grown adult camel stands 6 feet at the shoulder and 7 feet at the hump. They walk differently by first moving both left legs, then both the right legs. In short bursts, they may attain a speed of 65 kilometers per hour, whereas they can sustain a speed of 40 kilometers per hour when running for a distance. The camels are valued as pack animals, carrying up to 600 kilograms on their backs and are also used for pulling carts. Camels can make a lot of noise. They can moan, groan, bleat, bellow, and roar. They also make a rumbling growl. Camels have a number of adaptations to help them survive successfully in dry and arid climates. They have cream to brown colored, short but thick fur which not only protects their skin from the sun during the day, but also helps to keep them warm when the temperature drops at night. Their long legs keep their body high above the hot ground. Their 2 toes on each foot are able to spread widely apart to prevent them from sinking into the sand. The bottoms of their feet are also padded to help them when in rocky regions. Camels rest by lying down and do so by bending their front legs underneath them, followed by the back. They have thick pads of skin on their chest and knees so they can sit comfortably in the hot sand. Dromedaries have a pad of thick tissue over the sternum called the pedestal. When the animal lies down in a sternal recumbent position, the pedestal raises the body from the hot surface and allows cooling air to pass under the body. Camels have large eyes and nostrils, which give them good sight and smell. They have a double layer of long eyelashes and can close their stilt-like nostrils to protect them from dust storms. A typical feature of their nostrils is that a large amount of water vapors, when they exhale, are trapped and return to their body fluids, thereby reducing the amount of water lost through respiration. In order to conserve vital moisture in such hostile conditions, camels have a minimal number of sweat glands. Besides this, they have the capability of increasing their body temperature from 34 degrees Celsius in the early morning to over 41 degrees Celsius in the late afternoon. It is due to this reason that camels do not need to sweat to lower body temperature, thus conserving water. The lifespan of a camel ranges from 40 to 50 years. Camel diet and digestive system. Camels are herbivores, but they are known to chew on bones and eat carrion to supplement their diet. Although they chew cud, camels differ from true ruminants. They have a 3-chambered rather than a 4-chambered digestive tract as they lack omasum. Adult camels also have 2 incisor teeth in their upper jaw and they have no gallbladder. Their split, leathery lip helps to eat tough and thorny plants which other animals avoid. They are also known to consume plants that are high in salt, which means there is less competition from other animals for food. Normally their feed includes fodder, guar, and moth, leaves of khejri, neem, babul, jarberry, ardu, jal, sisum, and kirtis. The intestines and kidneys of camel are very efficient at reabsorbing water. Camel urine comes out as a thick syrup, and their feces are so dry that it can fuel fire. Camels can survive for long periods without food or water in dry and hot climate. They can lose up to 40% of their body weight before needing to replenish themselves. They can store energy from their food and water as fat in their hump, which is a ready supply of energy during scarcity. The red blood cells of camels are oval shaped, which allows blood to keep flowing smoothly when the animal is dehydrated and the blood thickens. Finally, when the camel finds water, it can drink up to 40 gallons in one go. Whenever threatened, they can spit as a way to distract. Camel reproduction and life cycles. The female camel matures at an age of 3 to 4 years, while males at the age of 4 to 5 years. Both male and female camels are seasonal breeders, which usually last between November and March when the environment is cool. Female camel is a seasonal polyoestrus animal. The period of oestrus is recognizable by the animal's restlessness, aggressiveness, swelling, and discharge from the vulva. The duration of the estrus cycle varies from 16 to 22 days, and the duration of heat is for 3 to 4 days. Invariably, males are docile, but in the rutting season, they are restless, aggressive, and difficult to handle. They blow a balloon-like flap out of the side of their mouth, which is called the palatal flap, or the dula. It resembles a long, swollen, pink tongue hanging out of the side of its mouth. Its appearance is accompanied by a roaring, gurgling sound. The lips are often covered with saliva. The glands between the ears secrete a dark, bad-smelling, watery secretion. This area is constantly rubbed against all objects in the surroundings. The back legs are spread, and the tail is then beaten against the penis. Drops of urine are deposited on the tail and spread over the back. It results in the soiling of hindquarters and has a strong urine odor. The right testicle is often smaller than the left, and the weight of the testes often increases during the breeding season. During the breeding season, dominant males protect their harem of females by biting, spitting, and leaning on their rival males. Many a times, biting the hanging dula causes soft palate necrosis and mandible fractures among rival males. Camels mate by having both male and female sitting on the ground with the male mounting from behind. Copulation lasts for about 15 minutes. This is accompanied by much gurgling and grunting. The male dromedary can mate with 50 to 80 females in a season, whereas the Bactrian male mates with 10 females per season. Gestation period in dromedary is 373 to 393 days and 402 days in Bactrian camels. Females give birth to either a single calf or occasionally twins with the birth weight of the calf around 40 kilograms. Within 8 hours, the young calf is able to stand and then is nursed by its mother. Some calves are born completely white and turn brown as their adult coat comes in. Young camels begin to eat grass when they are between 2 and 3 years old and are weaned roughly at 4 months of age. Camel milk. The camel, like the cow, has a 4-quartered udder and each teat has 2 orifices. The dromedary gives more milk than the Bactrian or the hybrids. They are milked twice a day. When the animals are hand milked and the milker stands on one leg and balances the milking bowl on his bent left leg. Another method is to tie the bowl around the milker's neck so it hangs low enough to be held while the camel is being milked. Camels have successfully been machine milked. Their lactation periods of camels is from 8 to 18 months. As camel milk is normally produced under low input, low output system, 5 liters a day is considered a decent output. Lactating animals generally produce 1,000 to 2,700 liters per lactation in Africa, but camels in South Asia were reported to produce up to 12,000 liters per lactation. Unlike cow milk, the fats produced by camels in their milk are completely homogenized. Because of this, it cannot be made into butter by traditional churning methods. Camel milk contains tiny immunoglobulins, which are smaller than human immunoglobulins and are quickly absorbed from the gut. It does not contain the same proteins that people are often allergic to in cow's milk. It may be the reason that the camel's milk helps in problems like autoimmune disease, allergies, and even autism. This milk is also high in insulin, which improves its absorption and makes it suitable for diabetics. It also contains much more iron and vitamin C than cow's milk. Camel meat. The camel is a good source of meat. The brisket, ribs, and loin are among the preferred parts, and the hump is considered a delicacy. The male dromedary carcass can weigh up to 400 kilograms, whereas the Bactrian can weigh up to 650 kilograms. Camel wool and hide. Camels living in high altitude regions have wool of excellent quality, which is used for making padded cloths, quilts, and mattresses. Camel hides are used for making shoes and sandals. Common diseases of camels. Camels are quite resistant animals, but still there are many diseases that affect them. Parasitic diseases that include protozoa, helminthes, and arthropod infections are the most common diseases of camels. Trypanosomiasis is a hemoprotozoan disease and is responsible for high mortality in camels. Sarcoptic mange, which is a serious debilitating disease, is widely prevalent in camels. Ticks and nasopharyngeal myiasis caused by larvae of the botfly cause great economic losses to many camel-producing countries. Haemonchus and Monazea are main nematode and cestodes that are responsible for causing serious health issues in camels, whereas hyatidrosis is endemic in certain parts of the world. Among the viral diseases, camelpox is the main disease that affects lips, head, and other soft parts of the skin. Foot and mouth disease is found sporadically. Mastitis is common in camels. Abortions are also frequent in camels, but have not been found to be caused by brucellosis. Lung abscesses caused by Corynebacterium were detected during post-mortem examination in some cases. Besides this, pericarditis and pleurisy are often observed. Contagious eczema and paratuberculosis in camels are prevalent in Mongolia and Kazakhstan. Dromedary respiratory disease complex caused by rickettsia virus or Pastorella infections have been reported from many places. In recent years, increasing demand of camel products has led to creation of suburban zones of camel breeding units in many countries, whereas their sedentary lifestyle has resulted in emergence of new pathogens. All these diseases have a considerable economic effect on camel husbandry and can be addressed by therapy and chemoprophylaxis. Camel conservation status in life today. Like the old cultural values, the traditional role of the camel is rapidly disappearing and has a bleak future in India. Although camel population has increased in Africa, in India it has decreased from 1.03 million to 0.4 million in a period from 1991 to 2013. A somewhat similar trend has been observed in some other camel rearing countries in Asia. The camel's grazing habits and its preferred native ranges are bringing it into confrontation with the changing manner of living and the striving for quick profit farming. Main reasons for the dwindling camel population is shrinkage of grazing land due to rapid urbanization. The pastoral societies are gradually disappearing with the conversion from a nomad to a sedentary way of life, and the camels are being sold.
तो ईरी काई के एक तो मेहनत को नीरी ने पहली टाइम में काम लिया करता, हर काम में लिया करता, गाड़ी जोड़ता, खेती बाड़ी करता, बारात जाता, पानी ट्यूबवेला में काट पिया करता, तो इसे वजह ईरी काई साई नहीं, तो जब काई हर एक लोग की भी ने कीमत बढ़ती ले लो कि भाई अपने ये भी ना तो काम चले नहीं, तो ये 10 जानवर किसी घर में होता ना भी ने काई के गाँव में पहले नंबर गवाड़ी मान्या करती कि मालदार गवाड़ी आई है। तो बट कहीं के भाई यो कोई लड़की देने की मन करतो कि भाई ये लड़की न दे दो, जो कहा इनके साधन है, पालन पोष हुई, बढ़िया चीज है।
संख्या कम क्यों रही है?
संख्या कहीं
हाँ।
संख्या तो ये है सब कहीं के अभी कहीं एक तो मेहनत नहीं कर रहा, क्या है एक जगह हो गई कम, ट्यूबवेला होगी, और भी लोग है जगह कहीं के आजकल पढ़े लिखा है तो इन्हें चावे कम है, मेहनत को करे नहीं, चराव
क्यों बेचे ऊँट?
ऊँट तो ये राज्य पशु कर दिया।
हाँ।
इस वजह से हमारी रेट डाउन होगी, कोई धनी धोरिया बहुत कम हो गया। जब लारे तेजी से जब ऊँट सारा सल्टा दिया, खेत में ट्यूबवेल बना लिया।
तो राज्य पशु होने से कम क्यों हुए रेट इसके?
कम तो दूसरे लोग कोई खरीदना नहीं सोचा हो, राज्य पशु कर दिया।
हाँ, तो
गाड़ी चलाने के लिए मना करते, हल चलाने के लिए मना करते। जब उससे आदमी क्या करे? और पैसे की लोगों के पास कमी है नहीं, सब मोटरसाइकिल गाड़ियाँ है, पिकअप है, पिकअप गाड़ी ट्रैक्टर है, उठा लिया डाउन कर। ऊँट की पिकअप है जिसकी काम ज़्यादा आती है, टाइम बहुत कम लगते हैं, पैसे भी कम लगते हैं। ऊँट को गड्ढा जोड़ो, फिर बाद में पूरा दिन लगे लाने के लिए,
उसको पानी पिलाओ,
पानी
डालो।
राजस्थान में कम हो रहे हैं सारे।
राजस्थान में कम हो गया साहब, है ही कौन कटू ऊँट है, वो कैमल फार्म है वैसे ही कम ऊँट थी। अच्छा, कम हो गया।
अच्छा।
हमारा गांव है गाड़वाड़ा में 600 ऊँट था। आज पूरे 900 घरानी बस्ती है, पूरे गांव में फिरती हैं, देख लो 40-50 ऊँट।
Camel husbandry needs to be revamped so that camel raising not only becomes socially acceptable but also economically viable. Better health management and a decent cooperation between animal scientists and agriculturalists is required for fulfilling the fodder requirement of the camels. Improved methods of camel raising using modern technology must be initiated that will enable man to utilize the natural ability of the camel to produce milk, meat, fiber, hides, skins, and energy. All these efforts will surely help in restoring the glory of beautiful animal of the desert. Thank you.